very much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. Today we're going to speak about open innovation, the importance of innovation. A little bit about Innovate Israel. Innovate Israel has been created 7 years back in order to help big corporations, traditional one, to stay relevant in rapid time changes where things are moving that fast by collaborating with startups. Who could imagine we will face such a headline? I think Google CEO couldn't imagine that a year and a half back. When you are asking the ChatGPT whether AI is going to replace us as people, the answer is very nice. The one that will replace us is not the AI, are those that know how to use AI. Same with corporations. Those that will replace the current corporations are corporations that know how to integrate and use new technology. But it's not easy to explain and convince Google CEO or Nokia CEO at that time that they need to change because they are leading successful big corporations. And there is an arrogance of success that you tend to think that what used to work for you in the past is going to be enough for the future, which is a big no. You always need to change and update. And we are living in a time of crisis, from one crisis to another, from the crisis of the COVID to war between Ukraine and Russia and other crises. A crisis is the best time for innovation. Crisis leads us to learn about new challenges. And when there are challenges, entrepreneurs are coming up with solutions. So crisis is the best time for innovation. These are the brands that have been founded during the last economical recession in 2008. You know them all. It's not going to take another 15 years till we see the results of the COVID crisis. It's going to take by far less. Because technology nowadays allows us to move faster. When BCG has asked decision makers about the cutting edge technologies for the future to use, the answer is AI, of course, and robots. Both are very much relevant for a Brazilian market. And when CEOs have been asked about the top 3 priorities for them, innovation is there. And 85% of them are increasing the budget for innovation at that time. There are 2 ways to innovate. One is internal innovation. Decide what you want to develop, bring some budget, a lot of budget, hire people, develop internally. In 95% of the cases, that's a waste of money. The opposite is the most relevant one for 2024. Open innovation, external innovation. What is open innovation? Open innovation is the understanding that most of the smartest people are not working for you. Neither not Amazon, not Facebook, not Google. Most of the smartest people, it's a matter of statistics, usually work for someone else. And who is else? Where are they? Those smart people are working for other companies, for academy, and most of them working for startups. So the main challenge for a corporate in 2024 is to collaborate with those smart people, with those startupists. That's the challenge. And open innovation is the lowest risk with the greatest ROI. What is in common between all these brands? Do you know? All of them, together with these, are Israeli unicorns. 536 multinationals constantly look for innovation in Israel. They must know something. They know that they better put their hand on the next ways in its early stage before their competitor does. Otherwise, they might lose the train and get out of business. So they are coming to Israel because they are afraid to miss. One of the main challenges for a corporate in the area of innovation is to make your door the first one, an entrepreneur, a relevant one to your challenges, knock on. That's a huge challenge. You want the entrepreneurs, the relevant ones, to knock on your door before they do so on the competitor door. Make your door attractive. When you ask the 536 corporations, multinationals, about their innovation activity in Israel, they tell you they do innovation because they want to create a gap comparing to their competitors. This is the Israeli ecosystem. It's a unique one, not due to the numbers, but due to the fact that all players within the ecosystem share information. When an ecosystem players are sharing, all the ecosystem players are moving faster. All. When you're looking into a certain domain to learn what's out there in Israel in order to better understand what type of solutions are, all you need to do is to go to Google, ecosystem map Israel and the domain that you're looking for. And then you get a map with the leading startups that are relevant to your interest. That's what you get for cyber, that's for wellness, edtech, digital marketing, fintech, travel tech, Gen AI, another Gen AI, and artificial intelligence. These are the leading startups in Israel in the area of artificial intelligence. I'm not going to move to the next slide unless you either say wow or bah. Who wants to say wow for this slide? No one? Who wants to say bah? Let's skip to the next slide. When a startup approaches you, they want to run a POC with you, to run a pilot, to learn from your experience. You are the domain expert, the best one in your business. And the startupists are eager to succeed, best with technology, working 24/7. They will provide you with a solution. This is the best moment for a marriage. Get married with startupists, with the good one, with those that provide you with solutions. It usually starts like this when I start consulting my clients. I receive messages like this. With all due respect, we are a big corporation, startups stand in line to work with us. No one's standing in line to work with you. They can always cross the road, work with the competitor. You have the interest to work with them. They are not your suppliers. They are your partners. You need to know how to work with them. And fast. You cannot wait for 3 weeks to get comments from the legal department. Startups in 3 weeks are going to not be there or cross the road or bankrupt. 3 weeks' time is too much for a startup. How to do it right? That's the reason for me to come. I've published an article about concrete, super easy to implement tips how to do it right, how to innovate in the right way with startups. Tip number 1, commitment. True commitment from top, from the senior executives, from board members. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. Innovation is top down. Most of the board members have no clue what innovation is. Teach them. The better they know, the better they perform. You must have in each and every corporate at least one decision maker, one board member, one C-level executive with a strong, solid experience in technology and innovation. In Israel, it is mandatory by law since 2018 to have at least one board member in each and every bank board. Think about it. It's very smart. Don't wait for the parliament to make it a must. Just do it. MIT found that when you have 3 board members with a strong experience in innovation, in technology, the bottom line performance is better than competitors. The average age of board members in S&P 500, also in Brazil, also in Israel, is 60. Only 2% below the age of 55. That's a shame. We have to have diversity in age, in gender, in background, professional background. Bring diversity to your companies. At Accor hotel chain, they have a shadow board with kids below the age of 35 gathering together before each and every board meeting and get their attitude, their opinion to the regular board. That's very smart, it costs nothing. When you have such people around the board and C-level executives, suddenly board members start speaking with startups, start allocating budget for innovation, start following up and share what they do with their investors. And when investors learn about innovation activity, the price per share goes up. In each and every company, you have to have a single point of contact to be the one that will take the startup hand by hand along all the way with the corporate till a successful pilot. Publish challenges to the ecosystem. Tell them, what are your pains? There is a magic. Once an entrepreneur learns about challenges, they come up with solutions. Fear of missing out. These are the great people within the corporate. Hire them. Promote them. These are the people that will provide you with a great future. On the other hand, those with an NIH that are motivated by ego, not invented here, fire them, get rid of them. Don't promote them, don't hire them. These are people that risk the future of the company these days. Speak the startup lingo, work 24/7, respond fast. Once you see a startup, try to think why yes. Why we want to get married with a startup. Don't look for excuses. Otherwise, your company is going to look like that. You don't want it. Treat startups like partners. They're not suppliers. Partners with transparency, with respect. And always remember that there are no 6 degrees of separation anymore in our world. Due to the internet and social networks, between the two of us, there is maximum one person. You can test it. You'll find that we have common friends. I mentioned that because you have to know that when you are meeting a startup, they leave the room and message to the ecosystem players, to other startups, how the meeting went. And if you are doing a great job, they will share it. Everyone would love to work with you and not with your competitor. But the other side is also, if you do a bad job, no one wants to work with you. Yes, you need budget for innovation. No, it's not a lot of money. When a startup approach you and offer you free of charge pilot, insist paying. Because when they leave the room, they message the ecosystem, they tell them, you can't believe it. They insisted to pay. And what happens the next? Everyone wants to work with you. Don't measure the success of innovation by ROI, at least at the beginning. Measure it by the number of pilots across the company, including HR, legal, finance, procurement, everyone. The more employees would touch meet startup, the DNA of the corporate would be relevant to our time. You are looking for equity from the startup? Pay for that. It's not for free. Are you doing something for free? No, startups as well. And minimize bureaucracy. Very important to measure the success of the innovation activity. Very important. We have only 30 seconds for the presentation, so I'll skip it really fast. Check the level of engagement of the board, super important. See how much funds you are allocating for the innovation activity. Check the number of pilots, number of integration within the last year. Make sure that the culture of the corporate is updated, relevant to our time. Thank you very much. Don't call me. You can call me, it was a joke. When my mom calls me, you know what how I answer? What happened? These days, everyone message, right? But you can feel free, message me. I commit to answer you as soon as possible with any idea. Thank you very much, and you're more than welcome to join me at 4:15. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.